welcome you to Miami, Florida. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, no more time for scenics on Biscayne Boulevard. It's time for the action.
Ed, I've seen it so many times, and I've witnessed it. The scenic view can sometimes get the best of you. Let's see if that's the case tonight.
Time to go inside the greatest club in the NBA. Opening tip won by the Heat, and we're underway in Miami. Dragic to Waiters. Over to the right side. From the outside, no good.
It didn't hurt him this time, but defensively, you got to prevent him from even catching the ball to begin with.
Josh Richardson, and he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First one, count it. Knocks down the second free throw. Perfect from the line. Hits all three of them. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Sixers have the basketball. Rocking the rim.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Butler to Dragic. Lays it up and in.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Simmons driving, but a shot no good. Butler to bring it up. They trail by one. To Waiters. Butler. Off the assist.
Confidence is such a beautiful thing, isn't it? Even if your perceived abilities prohibit it, you've got to be you.
Simmons to Embiid. And the slam.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Dragic with the basketball. Down by one. And finishes strong. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Butler into the front court. Down a point. Shot from the lane won't go. Trying to cash in. Horford's shot won't fall. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Nothing going here on that drive. And Jimmy Butler missed his first. That one goes. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
The drive right to the basket, and he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
I'm the first to say I like the intensity as much as the next guy, but you gotta be smart. Early fouls like that may come back to haunt you later in the game.
Ben Simmons has got 2 shots coming. 56% for his career. Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. Miami's got it. Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
In the front court comes Simmons. His team up by 1. Oh, Ben Simmons! He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 7, Goran Dragic. Into the game for the 76ers. Number 42, Al Horford.
Oh, Ben Simmons! He's now 4 for 6.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Nothing going here on that drive. Offensive and a putback slam.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungrier.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Count it.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Butler to bring it up. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Dragic to Butler. For 3. His first effort off the mark. Embiid to Tobias Harris. Nothing going here on that drive. Richardson can't go down. Smothering defense. Butler into the front court. Shot clock turned off. They can get within 1 or tie it with a 3. Josh Richardson, 2 for 3 now here in the first. Desperation shot here from half court. First quarter in the books. The 76ers have the lead. Second quarter set to begin. Some impressive shooting numbers. Jay, is that good offense, or is it, dare we say, bad defense?
Yeah, I got to hedge the bet because I got to talk to the defense right now. You have to actually play defense on people to stop people in this league.
Knock loose. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. It was right there. Dragic into the front court. Down 5. Nothing going here on that drive. Dragic, nice pass to set things up. Joel Embiid sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Ed, I have a rule. If you're 6'9" or taller, I don't want to see you jelly it. I don't want to see any kind of weird spin or English on the ball. Just dunk it. Keep it simple, please.
Jimmy Butler, he's 3 for 7.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
To Embiid. From the painted area, won't go down. Butler to bring it up. 5-point game. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Gets to the basket and scores.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
Butler into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Deep 2 there. Won't go. No, I missed a short one there. Dragic with it. He'll run the offense. To Butler. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. That's out. Last touch by Goran Dragic. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Substitutions, Miami.
Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
Mike Scott able to recover with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Harris to Simmons. Here's a chance from long range. That's not his range. It's no good. Almost unlucky bounce. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
James Johnson at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. Free throw is good to finish off the 3-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Driving is Simmons, but a shot no good.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Simmons with it. Leads 4. To Horford. Oh, he had it. It's the Heat with the possession. To Waiters. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Simmons. To Horford. Miami secures the rebound. Burke with it. Trailing by 4. To Randolph. The big fella, Zach Randolph. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
He was hacked. They let it go.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air, crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
To Simmons. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
They work it to Randolph, down low. Off the assist.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Sixers call for time, as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Entering the game for Philadelphia, number 21, Joel Embiid.
Simmons to the basket, but his shot stays out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
To Dragic. Here comes the screen. Dragic. That is great vision to set it up. The big fella, Zach Randolph. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Al Horford with the block. Randolph, short jumper, won't fall.
I hate that that one didn't go down. You much rather go into half with a tie ball game than having a deficit.
Tobias Harris above the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Off the penetration, almost, but no good.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Miami with the basketball. Butler. Joel Embiid. Huge block. Horford. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Time expires to end the first half. It's the Sixers out in front.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The 76ers put together a nice half and were rewarded with a solid lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Heat are in need of some changes at the half. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Blocks.
The Philadelphia 76ers have been making the kind of defensive impact that can affect the team mentally. After a lot of those blocks, you'll start to see guys more hesitant and second-guessing shot opportunities.
Player of the half.
Simmons was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game. I gotta go. Go.
Here's a steal. Dangerous pass. Dragic. Won't go down. Simmons into the front court. Up by 6. Waiters to Butler. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Kelly Olynyk rejects it. No good, but 2 shots coming up for Joel Embiid.
No. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Joel Embiid at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 77% at the line. First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Dragic with the basketball. The deficit is 6. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. To Dragic. Butler. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Horford. Simmons to Horford. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Joel Embiid. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
He'd have the basketball. Dragic to Waiters. Nothing going here on that drive. Waiters to Butler. Joel Embiid pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Harris to Simmons. Cashes in for 2.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Butler to Waiters. Almost, and he's not getting the call. To Embiid. Nice pass to set things up.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Dragic. Nothing going here on that drive. It goes down.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Simmons with it. Lead stands at 10. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out. Joel Embiid. He's now 4 for 6.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Waiters to Butler. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
To Simmons. To Horford. Lets it fly from long range. He was all over him. Dragic into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. To Butler. Nothing going here on that drive. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
The Heat secure the rebound. Waiters to Butler. Screen coming. Butler. Al Horford with a piece. That's out. Last touch by Al Horford. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Five to shoot for Miami. Sixers control it. Josh Richardson looking good. 4 for 5.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Richardson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. Burke with it. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. And he converts on the free throw. To Waiters. Jonah Bolden swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Couldn't keep it in. Out off Kelly Olynyk. Pass stolen by Miami.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
It's the Heat with the possession. Trey Burke. He'll take that any day. That misses with a second to go. Third quarter comes to an end, and a great start for the 76ers. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Dragic wide open, knocks it down.
Oh, I like what you're doing right now. It looks like you're running some DHOs into PNRs. That's dribble handoffs into pick and rolls. You keep running that action, you're constantly going to keep the defense guessing.
Great defense, forcing the miss. Miami's got it. Dragic, down low Randolph. Finish that. Surveys the floor. To Embiid. Joel Embiid. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
And count the basket.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Nothing going here on that drive. 4-3. Tough shot. Well defended. Dragic with it. His guys trail by 10. And a nice finish at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Dragic. Now a pass stolen by the Sixers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Dragic with the basketball. They find themselves down 10. Here comes the screen. To the basket is Butler, but he can't finish.
What happened is he didn't bounce himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but
Got a piece of it.
jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Subbing in for the Miami Heat, number 23, Trey Burke.
Here's Simmons with it up top. His team leads it by 10. To Tobias Harris. Going to launch beyond the arc. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it. Here comes the screen. Al Horford tips it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Follows his own shot with that one. Nice follow-up. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
To Horford. From long range. Can't get the bounce. Free throws coming up.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Joel Embiid. Couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. First free throw is good.
Get it, shoot it again.
Two for two on that trip. Butler to bring it up. Trailing by 10. Here comes the screen. Ben Simmons sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Simmons. For 3, and Josh Richardson. Zero hesitation on that one. Buries the 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Jimmy Butler trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. That shaves the deficit down to 10. And he'll go to the foul line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Ben Simmons. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. And hits the first free throw.
Number 11, Dion Waiters.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Dragic into the front court. His guys down 11. Missed it at the line. To the rim, lays it up and in.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good. The follow won't go either. Dragic. And scores.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. Josh Richardson. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. Waiters. Deep right corner. Dragic buries it on the catch and shoot.
It just seems like everybody's getting more touches. I'm not saying who, but it seemed like the ball stopped in a certain player's hands, which forced the defense to become stagnant.
Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Richardson. That's how you defend. It's the Heat with the possession. To Waiters. Here comes the screen. Baseline drive. The shot won't fall. To Embiid. Turns and slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami. But this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Al Horford sends it away. That'll be out of bounds. Simmons the last to touch. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Ruling is there was intent. It's an intentional foul.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
To Simmons. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. And count the basket inside.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Now an intentional foul. That'll be free throws with 20 seconds left to go.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Now the Heat going to use a timeout. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game.
In our silent auction, have a look for yourself at the display behind section 121 and place your bid. Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
Tough shot. Hand in his face, he makes them pay.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Now they get the intentional foul. And this one not over yet. Two huge free throws coming up in a two-point game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Corner three at the buzzer. The Sixers are victorious as they win this one by 4. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers almost let this one get away from them, but they managed to get the victory. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. The Heat are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. And even though they shot so well from the field, I bet they're only thinking about the shots they missed. This was a tough game to lose. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Miami Heat.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This is what the future holds for the Miami Heat. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.